Look at me, not the screen. You. You already feel it, don't you? That quiet suspicion that everyone around you is moving fast, but nowhere. They talk a lot, post a lot, complain a lot, and still stay exactly where they are. That's not bad luck. That's a weak mind. And you're here because some part of you knows there's another way to think. A colder way. A sharper way. The way people like Thomas Shelby see the world, not as chaos but as a chessboard. Stay with me. We're about to change how you see everyone. Listen carefully. You are not stupid. You are not slow. You are not unlucky. You are trained to think in a way that keeps you small. From the day you could speak, they taught you one thing. Obey, repeat, don't question. You were told to raise your hand, wait for permission, memorize answers, never challenge authority. And you think that was education? No, that was conditioning. Look around you. Most people are not thinking, they're reacting. Reacting to money, reacting to fear, reacting to opinions, reacting to social media. That's not intelligence, that's programming. You were trained to chase comfort instead of power. Trained to chase approval instead of respect. Trained to work harder instead of thinking smarter. And that's why most people stay average their entire lives. Let me be clear with you. The system doesn't want thinkers. It wants workers. It wants consumers. It wants people who follow rules without understanding them. You are taught to compete with each other for grades, jobs, likes, and attention. While the people who control the system sit back and watch you fight over scraps, and you fell for it. You were told, be nice, be humble, don't be greedy, don't ask too many questions. Translation, stay weak, stay quiet, stay controllable. That's why when someone starts thinking differently, they're called arrogant. When someone refuses to follow the crowd, they're called crazy. When someone wants more than survival, they're called selfish. That's how the cage stays locked without bars. Now let me tell you something most people never hear. The world does not reward effort. It rewards value. It does not reward honesty. It rewards leverage. It does not reward kindness. It rewards position. You can work 16 hours a day and still be broke. You can be good-hearted and still be ignored. You can be loyal and still be replaced. Why? Because you were taught to be useful, not dangerous. And dangerous doesn't mean violent. It means hard to manipulate, hard to fool, hard to replace. Right now, most people don't even know why they think the way they do. They repeat opinions they never questioned. They fear things they never studied. They follow rules they never agreed to. And you used to be like that too. But something changed. That's why you're here. Some part of you realized this world doesn't make sense. Everyone's busy, but nobody's free. You don't need more motivation. You need deprogramming. You need to stop asking, what should I do? And start asking, who benefits if I do this? You need to stop chasing goals they gave you and start designing goals that serve you. You need to stop thinking like a worker and start thinking like a strategist. Because once you see how the system works, you can never unsee it. You'll notice how people are herded by fear, how trends control behavior, how emotions are used to sell, persuade, and manipulate. And then you'll understand something terrifying and powerful. Most people are not alive. They are running software, but you don't have to. You can choose to think, to observe, to pause, to calculate. That's where real power begins. Not in shouting, not in proving, not in begging, but in knowing. And once you know, you'll never be easy to control again. Listen carefully. Right now, as you sit there watching this, a game is being played around you. Not a fun game, not a fair one, a power game. And the reason most people say broke, ignored, and replaceable is simple. They don't even know the game exists. You were taught to be nice. You were taught to work hard. You were taught to wait your turn. And while you were doing that, someone else was learning how to control rooms, conversations, and outcomes. You think life is about effort. It's not. Life is about leverage. Look around you. Who gets ahead? The loudest? The smartest? Sometimes. The ones with position, perception, and influence? Always. Right now, people aren't competing with you on skill. They're competing on how they are seen. They're competing on who they know, what story they sell, and how much attention they command. And most of them are winning while doing half the work you do. That should make you angry. Good. Anger wakes the mind up. Here's the truth no one told you. The world doesn't reward effort. It rewards value that others can't ignore. And value is not what you think it is. You think being good is valuable. You think being loyal is valuable. You think being honest is valuable. No. Those things only matter when you already have power. Before that, they just make you useful to stronger people. Look at how people move. They pretend to be friendly while calculating what they can get from you. They pretend to be busy while watching who has influence. They pretend to be confident while begging for validation. That's the game. Everyone is playing it. Most are just bad at it. You don't need to be evil. You need to be aware. Every room you walk into has a hierarchy. Every conversation has a leader. Every group has someone who decides what matters. And if it's not you, you're being positioned by someone else. You think people are listening to your words. They're not. They're watching your certainty, your tone, your silence, your eye contact, your pace. They're reading your inner status. Weak people over-explain. Strong people state and wait. You don't win arguments by being right. You win them by being unshakable. That's the game. And here's the part that will change how you move forever. Most people are not rational. They are emotional and predictable. They want to feel important, to feel safe, to feel admired, to feel superior. And they will betray logic, loyalty, and even themselves just to protect those feelings. So when you walk into the world thinking it's about fairness, you get crushed. When you walk into the world knowing it's about psychology, you start winning. Every opportunity you missed, someone else took it because they understood the game better than you. Every time you were overlooked, someone else positioned themselves better. Every time you felt invisible, it's because you were playing honest in a dishonest arena. This isn't about becoming fake. It's about becoming strategic. You don't reveal everything. You don't react to everything. You don't chase everything. You observe. You wait. You choose. You let people show you their hand. And once you see the game, you can never unsee it. You stop begging for approval. You stop arguing with fools. You stop explaining your ambition. You start moving in silence. You start placing yourself where opportunities have no choice but to notice you. You start becoming the one others adjust to. And that's when life stops feeling like a struggle and starts feeling like a struggle and starts feeling like a chessboard. Now you know the game exists. Next you will learn why the people who win it are always the quietest ones in the room. Listen, you don't get powerful by being loud. You get powerful by being unreadable. Every time you talk too much, you expose yourself. Every time you explain yourself, you give people a map to your mind. And weak minds always want to be understood. Strong minds want to be unpredictable. Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. When you stay quiet, you force others to reveal themselves. They start filling the space. They start talking. They start leaking intentions. That is where real information comes from. Not from what people say when they feel safe, but from what they say when they feel uncomfortable. You don't need to announce your plans. You don't need to post your goals. You don't need to tell people what you're about to do. The moment you do, you invite doubt, jealousy, and interference. People don't sabotage you because you're bad. They sabotage you because you're a threat. Smart people don't move for attention. They move for position. There is a difference. Attention makes noise. Position makes money. Attention attracts opinions. Position attracts results. Look at how foolish people move. They talk about what they're going to do. They ask for validation. They want applause before they've done anything. That's non-confidence. That's insecurity begging to be fed. When you move silently, you do something dangerous. You remove yourself from people's predictions. And when people can't predict you, they can't control you. Most people live inside other people's expectations. They act the way their family expects. They think the way their friends expect. They dream the way society allows. And that is why they stay small. Silence breaks that cage. When you stop explaining yourself, you stop being owned. You don't owe anyone clarity about your future. You don't owe anyone a timeline. You don't owe anyone proof of your potential. Your results will speak when they arrive. Quiet people see more. They listen more. They notice patterns. They notice tone changes. They notice who gets nervous when money is mentioned. They notice who becomes cold when power is discussed. They notice who starts acting strange when success enters the room. That information is priceless. Loud people miss all of it because they're too busy trying to be seen. Here is something you need to understand right now. People are always testing you. They test your boundaries. They test your confidence. They test how much disrespect you will tolerate. And every time you react emotionally, you fail the test. Silence passes it. When someone insults you and you don't rush to defend yourself, you win. When someone doubts you and you don't feel the need to prove yourself, you win. When someone tries to provoke you and you remain calm, you win. Because you show them something they can't touch. Control. Noise comes from fear. Silence comes from certainty. You don't argue with people who don't matter. You don't explain yourself to people who don't decide your future. You don't beg for respect. You let people feel your absence. And when you stop chasing people, they start wondering about you. That's power. Silence also protects you. It protects your ideas. It protects your momentum. It protects your peace. Every plan that dies usually dies because it was spoken too early. You don't plant a seed and then dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You leave it alone, and one day it breaks the surface. That's how you move, quietly. While others are watching stories, you're building something that will make them nervous later. While others are talking, you're positioning yourself. While others are explaining, you're positioning, you're becoming. You don't need to be everywhere. You just need to be in the right place when it matters. And you will be, because you're not wasting energy on noise. You're saving it for execution. That is why smart people move silently, because by the time the world notices them, it's already too late to stop them. Witcher, watch people, don't listen to them. Everyone knows how to lie with words. Few know how to lie with behavior. That's why behavior always tells the truth before the mouth ever does. The first thing you read is not their face, it's their comfort level. People who feel powerful take space, they sit back, they move slowly. They don't rush to fill silence. People who feel weak shrink, they fidget, they overtalk, they laugh too much, they try to be liked. That one detail already tells you who you're dealing with. Then watch their eyes, not where they look, but when they look away. When someone avoids eye contact at certain moments, it means something uncomfortable just entered their mind, guilt, uncertainty, or fear. The eyes always betray the truth before the tongue does. Next, read their tone, not their words. Confidence sounds calm. Insecurity sounds sharp, fast, or defensive. People who are lying often speed up. They try to outrun the truth with noise. People who are certain speak slower because they are not afraid of being questioned. Now watch their reactions when you say nothing. Silence is pressure. Most people cannot handle it. They will start revealing information just to escape the discomfort. That's when you learn what they care about and what they're hiding. If someone suddenly explains themselves when you didn't ask, it means they feel exposed. If someone changes their tone when a topic is mentioned, it means that topic has power over them. If someone jokes when things get serious, it means they are scared. People don't hide emotions, they leak them. Watch what makes them uncomfortable. Money, power, status, failure. These 4 things expose everyone. Mention success and see who becomes quiet. Mention opportunity and see who leans in. Mention risk and see who pulls back. Mention discipline and see who changes the subject. That's their real personality. Also watch how they treat people they don't need. Waiters, drivers, staff, friends with no status. That's how they will treat you once they feel above you. Kindness to the weak is not weakness. It's a signal of internal security. Arrogance toward the weak is a confession of insecurity. Now pay attention to what they ask you. People's questions reveal their priorities. Someone who asks about money values survival. Someone who asks about influence values power. Someone who asks about your past is looking for leverage. Someone who asks about your future is looking for opportunity. Nobody asks random questions. Now watch their body when you speak. Do they lean in or pull away? Do they mirror your movements or block themselves with crossed arms? The body reacts faster than the brain can control. Leaning in means interest. Pulling back means resistance. Mirroring means alignment. Blocking means distrust. You don't need to guess. You just need to observe. Also watch how they react when you succeed. A real ally will be happy. A hidden enemy will feel threatened. They will change. They will become colder. They will start downplaying your wins. That shift is the truth. People are not jealous of those below them. They are jealous of those below them. They are jealous of those rising. Now understand this. Most people are not complicated. They are driven by one main fear. That fear runs their life. Find it, and you find the person. Some fear being poor. Some fear being invisible. Some fear losing control. Some fear losing control, or even being exposed. Watch what hurts them. Watch what makes them angry. Watch what makes them defensive. That is their weakness. And once you see it, you can predict them. You will know who will betray you when pressure comes. You will know who will fold when opportunity appears. You will know who will fight when challenged. That's how you stay ahead. You don't need to be psychic. You need to be attentive. The world is constantly telling you the truth. People just hope you're too distracted to notice. But you're not. Not anymore. Understand this first. Most people believe they are free. They are not. They are running on invisible strings pulled by fear, habit, and approval. Their thoughts are not their own. Their decisions are reactions to pressure. And anyone who understands that controls them. People wake up and check their phones. Not because they need to, but because they are addicted to validation. They go to jobs they hate because they are afraid of instability. They stay in relationships they've outgrown because they fear loneliness. They avoid risk because they fear judgment. Fear is the leash. Then comes habit. Once something becomes familiar, it feels safe even if it is killing them. That is why people stay broke. That is why people stay weak. That is why people stay stuck. Because changing feels dangerous and suffering feels normal. And then there is approval, the strongest drug of all. People will betray their dreams just to be accepted. They will lie to themselves just to fit in. They will shrink their ambition just so others don't feel uncomfortable. Now you see why controlling them is easy. You don't need force. You need triggers. You praise them and they follow. You threaten their status and they obey. You dangle opportunity and they chase. You remove attention and they panic. Most people are walking buttons, waiting to be pushed. They think they make choices, but they don't. They respond to emotion. Give someone hope and they will run into a burning building for you. Give someone fear and they will turn on their own family. Give someone validation and they will work for free. And the world knows this. That is why marketing works. That is why politics works. That is why social media works. They don't speak to logic. They speak to insecurity. Now look at yourself. Be honest. How many times have you bought something to feel important? How many times have you stayed silent to avoid conflict? How many times have you followed the crowd, even when it felt wrong? That was control. The difference between you and the manipulators is not intelligence. It's awareness. Once you see the strings, you stop dancing. But most never see them. Because it's comfortable to believe you're in charge. Another reason people are easy to control is because they avoid responsibility. They want someone else to blame, someone else to follow, someone else to decide. Freedom requires thinking, and thinking is exhausting. So they choose leaders, they choose trends, they choose narratives. And whoever controls those controls the people. People don't want truth, they want comfort. They want stories that make them feel good about their failures. They want excuses that protect their ego. Give them that and they will defend you like religion. That's why lies spread faster than facts. Truth demands change. Lies demand nothing. And people will always choose the option that lets them stay the same. Now here is the dangerous part. Once someone identifies with a belief, they will fight to protect it even if it destroys them. You can show them proof. You can show them logic. They won't care because you are not attacking the idea. You are attacking their identity. And people will die before they let their identity die. That's control at the deepest level. So if you ever wondered why people stay in bad systems, follow bad leaders, and repeat bad habits, this is why. They are not stupid. They are emotionally owned. But you don't have to be. You can break free by doing one thing that most never do. Question. why you feel what you feel. Question why you want what you want. Question who benefits from your beliefs. The moment you do that, the chains weaken. And the moment you stop reacting and start thinking, you become dangerous. Because control people are predictable. Free thinkers are not. And nobody can control what they cannot predict. Most people think in one layer. They hear words and react. They see actions and judge. They feel emotions and obey. That is why they are always behind. You are not here to think like that anymore. You are here to think in layers. The first layer is what people say. This is what they want you to see. It is polished. It is edited. It is safe. Never confuse this with truth. The second layer is what they do. Actions are louder than words, but still incomplete. People do things for many reasons. Fear, greed, habit, pressure. Actions show movement, but not always motive. The third layer is what they want. This is where real clarity starts. Every person wants something: control, respect, money, security, attention, love, smect, money, security, attention, love. Find that and you find their direction. The fourth layer is what they fear. This is the deepest level because fear controls desire. Someone who fears being powerless will chase control. Someone who fears being invisible will chase attention. Someone who fears being poor will chase money even when it costs their soul. When you see all four layers at once, you stop being surprised by people. They cannot hide anymore. Now look at how most people think. They get angry at words. They trust actions. They never look for desire. They never look for fear. That is why they get betrayed. That is why they get used. That is why they get used. That is why they get outplayed. You don't need to be emotional. You need to be analytical. When someone compliments you, ask yourself what they want. When someone criticizes you, ask yourself what they fear. When someone offers help, ask yourself what they expect in return. This is not paranoia. This is intelligence. Because nobody moves without a reason. Now apply this to yourself. Because if you don't understand your own layers, you will always be weak. Why do you want money? Is it freedom or is it validation? Why do you want success? Is it purpose or is it revenge? Why do you want power? Is it control or is it safety? If you don't answer these honestly, others will use them against you. People who know themselves cannot be manipulated. People who don't are always owned. Thinking in layers also means seeing beyond the moment. Someone insults you. What do they want? To feel superior. Someone ignores you. What do they fear? Losing status. Someone praises you. What do they need? Your cooperation. Once you see this, you stop taking things personally. It's never about you. It's always about their inner war. Now here is where the Shelby mindset becomes dangerous. You don't just see layers. You use them. You speak to people in the language of what they want. You position yourself as the solution to their fear. You become valuable to their psychology. That is influence. You don't argue. You align. You don't force. You attract. You become the person they need without ever begging to be chosen. And when someone has emotional dependence on you, you have power. That's not cruelty. That's reality. The world runs on invisible deals made inside people's minds. You either understand them or you get crushed by them. Thinking in layers also protects you. You don't trust smiles. You trust patterns. You don't fall for words. You wait for consistency. If someone says one thing and does another, you don't get confused. You look for the fear driving it, because behavior is always loyal to fear. Now you know how to see behind the curtain. And once you do, you can never go back to being naive. You will walk into rooms and feel who has power. You will hear conversations and know who is lying. You will sense tension before it explodes. Not because you are psychic, but because you are layered. And layered thinkers always stay ahead. You don't react, you anticipate. Those who move first control the board. Those who move last follow patterns. Those who stay 3 moves ahead, they dictate outcomes. Every situation has variables. People think in the now. You think in the next, then the next after that, and then how they will respond to your next after that. Your mind becomes a chessboard, while others play checkers. Step 1, Observe patterns. People repeat themselves. People reveal their priorities in small actions. They show their weaknesses in micro moments. They follow the same routines over and over. Study them quietly. Identify the predictable. Those are the spaces you exploit. Step 2. Control perception. You don't need to announce moves. You let people see what you want them to see. A pause, an expression, a word spoken at the right moment. All of it shapes expectation. When they predict incorrectly, you gain leverage. Step 3. Calculate outcomes. Every choice has ripple effects. Think about consequences for everyone else, not just yourself. Plan moves that make others act in ways that benefit you. Plan risks that intimidate those who underestimate you. Plan distractions that hide your true intentions. Step 4. Create dependency. People act when they need something from you. They reveal themselves when they require guidance, resources, or validation. You place yourself where they cannot move without interacting with you. That is invisible control. Step 5. Let others make mistakes. The impatient will expose themselves. The greedy will overreach. The emotional will react. You watch quietly. They play into your strategy. Your patience converts chaos into advantage. Step 6. Manage energy. People get consumed by noise. You conserve yours. You move calmly. You don't overextend. You focus on the high-value moves that matter. They spend effort reacting. You spend effort positioning. Step 7. Anticipate resistance. If someone wants to block you, think one step beyond their block. What will they try next? What will they fear? How will others perceive their attempt? Prepare your response before they act. You win without confrontation. Step 8. Trust timing. Most failures come from acting too soon or too late. Moving before the right moment exposes intent. Moving after allows opportunities to vanish. Wait for the right moment. Movement without timing is noise. Step 9. Be invisible until necessary. Let people underestimate you. Let them overcommit. Let them believe they're ahead. When the moment comes, you strike decisively. And by then they cannot recover because they were never prepared to see it coming. Step 10. Make every move count. Never act for ego. Never act for attention. Never act for approval. Every action must create leverage, protect a position, or extract value. Otherwise, it's wasted energy and a signal of weakness. Here's the secret. Most people act on impulse. They react, they chase, they fight battles they can't win. They are predictable. You anticipate. You prepare. You predictable. You anticipate. You prepare. You wait. Your moves are deliberate, not emotional. Your power grows silently as theirs dissipates in chaos. Being 3 moves ahead is not luck. It's calculation. It's patience. It's observation. It's the ability to convert every micro behavior into actionable insight. It's about seeing the invisible strings that guide others and pulling them subtly without showing your hand. When you master this, people stop surprising you. They stop manipulating you. They stop controlling you. They act as if they are free, while you are the one orchestrating reality in your favor. Always remember, the world rewards those who see the board clearly, not those who make the most noise. 3 moves ahead is not ambition, it's survival, it's dominance. It's the only way to exist without being used. Move quietly, observe ruthlessly, anticipate endlessly, and by the time the world notices, they will already be reacting to you. You feel it before anyone else does. That quiet shift in the room, that subtle distance in conversation, that uncomfortable pause when people notice you're no longer on their level. That's the moment you outgrow the crowd. Most people will not celebrate it. They will not understand it. They will feel threatened. Why? Because they are still bound by fear, habit, and expectation. They want everyone to stay small so they don't feel exposed. When you outgrow them, you stop needing approval. Your decisions no longer revolve around what they think. Your actions no longer fit their narrative. Your ambition exceeds their imagination. They will try to pull you back subtly. A comment disguised as concern. A warning disguised as advice. A joke disguised as judgment. They test boundaries because they cannot see beyond their own limitations. Some will disappear quietly. Some will stay and complain. Some will stay and sabotage you in small ways. Recognize them. All of them. Your growth reveals their character. You will also feel isolation. This is natural. The higher you climb, the fewer can accompany you. Because not everyone is willing to do the work required. Not everyone can think in layers. Not everyone can stay 3 moves ahead. Not everyone can accept that life is about strategy, not comfort. And that is why you stop explaining yourself, stop begging for validation, stop justifying your actions, stop softening ambition to make others comfortable. You learn to move in silence and let your results speak. Let the world notice your evolution without your permission. Every achievement becomes evidence of your shift. Every moment of calm confidence signals you no longer belong to the ordinary. The people you outgrow will try to keep you tethered to their level. They will call you arrogant. They will call you selfish. They will call you distant. Those are marks of recognition, not failure. The labels reveal their fear, not your flaw. Understand this, outgrowing the crowd is not about showing off. It's about alignment. Aligning with people, opportunities and ideas that match your level, and leaving behind those that cannot. The crowd will always play small. They will always react. They will always fight over attention instead of creating it. They will always obey patterns instead of dictating them. You, however, operate differently. You anticipate, you control perception, you act with purpose, you cultivate leverage. You value influence over approval. You value results over recognition. That is the defining moment. You are no longer part of the predictable mass. You are untouchable in your strategy, unseen in your patience, unshakable in your calm. It is also lonely. This is part of power. The higher the mind, the fewer the companions, the rarer the understanding. Those who understand stand beside you. Those who don't fade behind you. And that is the beauty of outgrowing the crowd. Your focus sharpens. Your moves become surgical. Your vision expands. Your patience becomes armor. Your silence becomes a weapon. Remember, this is not arrogance. This is clarity. This is control. This is dominance. You are not above people out of pride. You are above them because you see further, think deeper, move smarter. The moment you outgrow the crowd is the moment you stop competing with them. And the moment you stop competing, life stops feeling like a struggle and starts feeling like yours. You've seen the game. You've seen how most people are trapped by fear, habit, and approval. You've learned to read layers, anticipate moves, and move silently while others react. It's about being unseen, untouchable, and unstoppable. You don't need their permission. You don't need their validation. Your power grows quietly, deliberately, and relentlessly. Control your mind, control your moves, and the world will adjust. Decide your worth before anyone else does. Think like Thomas Shelby. Move like Thomas Shelby. And the game finally becomes yours.